Got a full house in here today, huh? Yeah, y'all were a witness to Tiarra's shot. All right. Good. I mean, it was a hard-fought game. That second quarter kind of did us in. Scoring-wise, we weren't able to get stops in the second quarter, but we pulled it out, poised. They were probably more poised than I was, and we pulled out the game. You know, she knocked down that shot. That was the same shot she made at SMU that they called back. So I'm glad she was confident enough to let it go again.
I mean, T, you hit that one in SMU, they called it back. What was going through your mind when you released that ball at the end of that game, of this game?
What was going through my mind? I just know I had to knock it down. You know, people was telling me, oh, you're going to hit another one. So I just took that with me, and I got my opportunity again today. Just knocked it down.
Coach, what went into the decision to not call the timeout there with 17 seconds left?
Well, we thought that we would have an opportunity to push the ball and kind of catch them by surprise, and it worked.
You mentioned how you felt your players were more poised than you. In that third quarter, there was a foul called on Demi when you guys were on offense, and I saw you slam the scores table. Yeah. What was going through your mind there, and just kind of take me through that?
Well, you know, sometimes referees use their discretion on certain calls. I just thought it was inconsistent because we had been called for that same call earlier on, and then they weren't called, and then we get back to us and they're calling it. So just a little discussion with the ref.
Mm-hmm. And every player that stepped on the floor tonight was able to score a basket. I mean, you talk about all the time about equal opportunity offense, and how important was that tonight in a game where you guys weren't shooting the best that you have this season?
Yeah, the good thing about, you know, them having confidence in this equal opportunity offense is that nobody's afraid to shoot and nobody's afraid to score. We want everybody to feel confident that their shot is going to be the best shot. And sometimes it doesn't go as well as we like, but somebody else picks it up. And that's what's so good about equal opportunity offense is we're not keying on a couple people. They have to defend all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Rayne, it just seems like every rebound, you're either near, you're getting that rebound. Do you take pride in that element of the game?
I definitely do. Kind of saying that's where we were lacking last year, so making sure that that's not an issue this year. Trying to get at least 10, whatever my team needs, just making sure I'm active all the time. It's really one of my big goals this season. I don't really care about the scoring part, just making sure we get extra opportunities.
But we like the scoring too.
Sorry.
I saw Jaleesa had a boot on her right foot. Do you have any update with her status?
Yeah, she's going to be, day by day. So.
And I mean, without her, and then Rayne and Enos were both playing in foul trouble a little bit there towards the end. I mean, either of you could just talk about kind of what that was like.
I feel like I've been foul trouble a lot these past few games. So just kind of playing through that, playing smart, knowing when to go for a block or when to go for a charge, and knowing when not to. Just kind of an IQ thing, making sure that I'm able to stay on the floor for my team.
Rayne, T wasn't the only one to hit, a clutch shot. You hit one too. What was going through your mind when you got the ball at the
kind of just if I don't shoot this, they're gonna yell at me. They're gonna be mad that I passed up this shot. So I'm I gotta shoot this one because they tell me all the time I need to shoot the ball more, especially on that. We work on that all the time in practice this week. They're icing ball screens, so they pop back on the screen. So I had to knock that one down.
Coach, in the first half, turnovers were a problem, but you guys kind of settled down in the second half. Was that a big reason why you guys came back in this game?
Yeah, when you're passing the ball and turning it over and they're scoring, it gets a little deflating. And we saw that lull in the second quarter, and we had to get our heads up and eliminate those turnovers and play tough defense.
Coach, you talked about effort on defense specifically a lot. How do you feel was it, in this game?
Well, I thought the first 3 minutes it was there, and I thought we were on that path like we normally are defensively, and then we had a little lull. And we talked about energy and effort in the timeouts, and they stepped up. And I've got to say, they really pushed each other. And in the huddles, they were talking to each other and lifting each other up and encouraging. And that was encouraging for us as a staff to see them really trying to take over the game.
And you mentioned that lull after those first 3 minutes. What do you think kind of went into that, like that little lull there after the first 3 minutes?
They must have run out of breath celebrating on those buckets they were making. Nah, I'm just kidding, but I think we became complacent, and they stepped up their defense, and we kind of slipped down on ours.
With where you guys are in the season, how valuable is a win like this when you guys maybe aren't playing your best basketball but still come through and get a win like this?
Yeah, this one, it was good that we pulled it out in the end because, we had a great game against them in the beginning of the conference play, and then to see them, come in here in our house and play some good basketball. We've got to step up. We've got to be consistent.
Yeah, Tiarra, like Coach was just saying, it was a much different story in that first game. Was there anything on the court different that you saw from them compared to the last time you guys played?
I feel like they were playing way more harder than they were when we went to them. So they was playing tougher defense, denying our passes. So, we had to just come together and stay relaxed.
And Coach, you're facing a similar problem this Sunday when you're facing a team that you just also faced. What are the challenges that come with that, doing that again?
Well, we've got to play tempo basketball, no matter who we play, and we've got to be intentional about what we do on a defensive end and not, make everything so scout specific. So, if we play our type of defense, I think that's more important than who we face.
Okay. All right.
All right, thanks you all.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.